out of like the influencer world would be the most lucrative thing for my career, and I think I was the only one who like actually wanted to do it, and actually wanted to go all the way, and that's why I set the goal for myself early to become a world champion, set the bar extremely high, and to just...
With just 2 weeks until fight night, Jake Paul is switching tactics. No trash talk, no chaos, just pure mind games. He's calling this the only way to beat Gervonta Tank Davis. But behind the scenes, ticket sales are slipping, critics are doubting, and even Tank's camp is questioning the setup. Jake's bringing in world-class fighters like Shakur Stevenson and Raymond Ford to sharpen his skills, but fear might be his real fuel this time. It's not just strength versus speed, it's strategy versus silence. With just 2 weeks until fight night, Jake Paul revealed his strategy in a new MVP episode. He plans to use psychological mind games, calling it the only way to take down Tank. While most expect him to rely on raw power, Jake insists Tank can't be beaten by strength alone. Yet, despite the hype, the event's momentum seems to be fading, leaving both fighters in an uncertain position.
I feel like it's going to be a good fight, entertaining. It's an exhibition, so we're going to see how serious they really take it. But, I don't know, they both getting a lot of money, so, congrats to them.
Who has the edge in this fight?
I feel like Tank has the edge for sure. He's a real fighter, and got skills, high IQ fighter. Regardless.
Instead of his usual chaos and trash talk, Jake Paul has switched gears. It's all about strategy now. He's starting to look like someone who knows this isn't another crossover stunt. His focus feels more mental than physical. According to TMZ, he's surrounding himself with big names and training alongside elite fighters like Raymond Ford and Montana Love, both known for precision and speed.
The retort would be there's such a big weight discrepancy there, right? That's what some people...
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Tank probably sparred like heavyweights or light heavyweights and things like that.
Damn,
so
really?
It's probably nothing that he never seen before. I'm pretty sure Jake never fought nobody that little.
No, it's good. So that's the fascinating part about it.
I feel like it's more like so harder for Jake to fight a smaller guy like that.
Those kinds of sparring partners don't come cheap. They need payment, housing, and management. But Jake insists it's worth it. Proof of how seriously he's taking Gervonta Davis. "I'm the most scared I've ever been," he said on MVP. "This is scary. It's been keeping me up." Usually the loudest in a room, Jake now sounds calm and deliberate. Maybe fear, maybe strategy. Still, ticket sales for the Casa Center card remain underwhelming.
Like, granted, it's entertainment, right? But this what this is. It's sports entertainment. This is what's gonna put butts in the seat, believe it or not. This is what's gonna, bring a lot of money to the sport. Especially, we have people trying to say boxing is dead, boxing is dying. But, we have a whole demographic of people that don't even watch boxing.
Despite being a Netflix, MVP co-promotion meant to redefine crossover boxing, reports show ticket sales slipping. Updated numbers reveal a 759 ticket drop, cutting $2.2 million from the projected gate. Prices have also fallen, suggesting resellers are slashing costs just to fill seats. It's surprising. Both Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank Davis have long been major box office draws.
No, in some things, I think Gervonta's just gonna stick and move. He'll be fast, play it smart, I don't see him staying still for too long so Jake can land some shots. He'll just try to touch him. Who knows, man? It's an exhibition. It's a money grab.
Jake's previous fights with Tyron Woodley, Anderson Silva, and Nate Diaz pulled huge streaming numbers. Yet this matchup, despite its star power, hasn't struck the same chord. Some believe the audience doesn't know how to label it. Is it a serious fight, a crossover spectacle, or something in between?
You prepare for a guy that's different stature-wise?
Yeah, no, we have world champions. Raymond Ford in the 130-pound weight class. We got Montana Love in. Shakur Stevenson is coming in this week. So just sparring against guys on their level and people who have, been doing this their whole entire life.
It's billed as an exhibition, but not exactly. Officially, it's a hybrid pro bout meant to separate it from sanctioned contests. Scheduled for 10 rounds with a knockout bonus. It's serious enough to count, yet odd enough to confuse purists. Some analysts think the novelty of crossover boxing is fading, leaving fans unsure how to feel.
I believe that this is a mismatch, and I believe that Jake Paul will knock Tank Davis out, maybe in the third, maybe in the fourth round. Tank will try to move, he will try to stick and move. It's not gonna work out for him, and he will eventually get knocked out.
Jake's trying to reignite buzz online, posting lines like, "I'm flying in and destroying Jerv. Welcome to the jungle." His confidence remains, but the energy feels different. The chaos is gone, replaced by something more measured. Even a knockout bonus, meant to raise stakes, hasn't been enough to spark fan excitement.
He going after that bag. Everybody think he should go back, fight, rematch with Lamont Roach, give him a rematch. But he said, look, I'm going for the big bag. I'm going to fight Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? And also, they made a side $2 million bet on whoever wins. What do you think about this fight? What do you think the outcome?
Lamont Roach Jr. has made it clear he's done chasing a rematch. His father told Fight Hub TV they're moving on. When asked if they'd face Tank again, he replied, "We checked him out, and if he's retiring, let him retire. We wish him the best." It's a subtle but pointed message. Team Roach feels they've done their part, and Tank's uncertainty makes future planning impossible.
The secret to defeat your brother, Tank Davis, whether you hate him or love him. That's crazy to me. Hey, ain't nobody damn perfect, man, but I'm here to let y'all know, man, y'all dropping the ball, man. Y'all out of pocket on this. You didn't see what what Boots did? You see what Boots tried to do and you see it backfire on him? Now he looking stupid.
Davis has hinted at retirement more than once. Few believe he truly means it, but it's raised doubts about his motivation. Combined with stalled negotiations for bigger fights, Tank seems stuck at a crossroads. For Jake Paul, stepping into that uncertainty is smart. If Tank's distracted, Jake's best move is to make it personal, like involving Shakur Stevenson, one of Tank's biggest rivals.
At Tank Davis or Jake Paul. So immediately, yeah, a normal layman would say, "Oh, Tank Davis is better." But better at what? Is he better at selling tickets? Is he better at selling stadiums out? Is he better at creating controversy? Is he better at getting followed on Instagram?
Jake's openness about fear might be another move in his psychological game. Even his choice of sparring partners shows he's preparing for quick, sharp southpaws like Ford and Love. Still, ticket sales remain shaky. Insiders warn deeper discounts may follow, risking the event's image. Netflix guarantees exposure, but real success depends on gate numbers and PPV buys.
And one big punch, and Tank being so much smaller, he just can't handle the power?
Nah, not at all. I think Tank is, he's been boxing his whole life. He's been boxing since a kid, so I doubt like that's going to be an issue or a problem. I think Jake is good for where he's at, but I think it's just levels.
Do you see more?
Behind the scenes, there's talk that Tank's team misread the fight's draw. Jake's fans are digital and young, while Tank's come from classic boxing hubs like Baltimore and Vegas. The overlap isn't as strong as expected. That's why marketing has shifted, less focus on skill, more on rivalry. Jake's training clips with Shakur Stevenson push the story that this fight is personal and defiant, even if ticket sales lag.
20 million seems realistic.
That's a lot.
Even because Netflix is bigger, but there's no pay-per-view model, so... And Gervonta is a big pay-per-view draw, especially for being a lighter weight class.
Yeah.
So 20 to even 40 I can get.
Oof, that's a lot.
40 I can understand.
When push comes to shove, though, you know, like 20.
Like Canelo's getting that 40.
Yeah.
But Gervonta...
Tank, meanwhile, has stayed quiet. Aside from short media clips, he's avoided attention. That silence could mean focus or detachment. Either way, it's left most promotion to Jake, who's juggling hype and legitimacy. He knows if the event flops financially, it won't just hurt his name. It could shake MVP, the brand he built on blending boxing and entertainment.
Jake Paul or Tank? Like I said, I'm going with a tie, actually. I'm going with Tank in the 7th round. I'm going with a decision tie. Draw? Yes. It don't really matter who wins or loses anyway. They both gonna get their money, so. Tank saying I ain't about to have a L on my record, just even it's exhibition. It's an exhibition, that don't count.
Tank's silence has opened space for other narratives, like Lamont Roach's remarks and debates about Tank's hunger for the sport. That's the world Jake's entering. A fight where one man might be distracted and the other carries the pressure of two different worlds, boxing and the internet colliding head-on.
Jake Paul and Tank as well coming up. Now that's the caused a bit of a debate on because of the weight difference. You know, I mean that's the case with Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather as well. One of the best boxers right now. I think that fight there, I think because of Tank's skill level, it's like it makes it fair, even though he's not. The weight difference is crazy.
The fight's now 2 weeks away. Jake's camp looks intense. Elite sparring, non-stop media, constant pressure, while Tanks has stayed quiet but sharp. Everyone knows that if Gervonta Davis shows up at his best, mind games won't matter. Still, Jake's plan is clear. Push Tank to fight emotionally, to react instead of think.
Great fight, great matchup. It's fun for the sport of boxing. It makes it fun, it makes it entertaining. That's what it's all about. You know, and may the best man win. It's an exhibition regardless. It doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Teofimo Lopez was among the first to weigh in, and he wasn't impressed. Big guy versus little guy. It's celebrity boxing, he said. To him, this isn't legacy, it's entertainment. Lopez reminded fans that the bout won't appear on official records due to weight gaps, meaning it won't count for or against either fighter.
Look at this face-off, Henry. What are your thoughts here?
You're hearing that shit from me. That's cringe. In some weird way, I kind of like
cringe about it.
He's trying to big man the smaller guy, who the smaller guy to me is dangerous. I think Tank Davis is going to put the hands on him, but I like it, bro. I will say something about Jake Paul. He's brought a lot of attention to boxing.
That makes Lopez's stance clear. He doesn't care who wins. If Tank loses, his legacy survives. If he wins, it's expected. Either way, the real impact is financial. To Lopez, this isn't a defining moment. It's a business move, not boxing history.
Because he was talking about fighting Joshua, which is heavyweight, and now he's saying about fighting Tank. Nah, this can't be. It's Netflix as well. I need to go and do some checks and see if like the main pages are posted this, but Jake Paul's posted it. It says Friday, November 14th. It's in Atlanta, State Farm.
Mikey Garcia, on the other hand, was direct. Tank's going to win, he said. Jake's got size and reach, but he's not a real fighter. If he were elite, maybe size matters, but he's not. That captures the old school view. Skill beats size, and experience always wins.
Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. They just announced the fight. What's your instant reaction to that?
I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. I think it's not a real fight. Jake just too big. Tank ain't gonna be able to get in from that jab. Jake land one good punch.
Garcia's view comes from pedigree. The belief that true fighters tested against elite competition operate on another level. Davis holds every advantage: speed, timing, defense, IQ, composure. Jake may have power, but without depth, power fades fast against someone with Tank's precision and control.
Bro, you can't be mad at somebody for doing what they feel is best for them.
Will it impact Tank's legacy if Jake Paul were like to beat him or even like knock him out?
Dude, Tank's a 3-division world champion, 4-time 3-division world champion. At the end of it, bro, you can't take anything away from him. Bro.
Timothy Bradley echoed that view, only sharper. He predicted an easy night for Davis, calling it a bee versus an elephant. Jake's big, he said, but the bee's gonna scare him. Bradley believes Tank's explosiveness will shock Jake early, forcing him onto defense and away from exchanges.
Gervonta's legacy for being undefeated. So that's why I'm saying there's going to be a big payout involved to where they say it's a draw. I'm calling it. I'm calling it right here today. There's gonna be.
Bradley didn't stop there. He called the matchup a celebrity stunt. In his view, fights like this blur the line between boxing and entertainment. It's not a real contest, he said, arguing such events should stay off rankings, off record books, and out of serious boxing talk.
My only concern is, you know, the gloves. You understand what I'm saying? Because we don't fight in 12-ounce gloves. We don't use 12-ounce gloves. That's training gloves, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's 2 pounds away from Jake.
Still, Bradley's been honest about Tank's mindset. He's hinted that Davis might be done chasing elite opponents, more focused on paydays and exposure. Yet even then, Bradley doesn't see Jake standing a chance. For him, it's not about motivation, it's about levels. Then there's Calvin Ford, the man who knows Tank best.
And then you have Jake Paul, Gervonta Davis. That's the state of boxing.
Yeah, that's
right
crazy.
Let that sink in.
Jake
that's
Paul,
right
Gervonta Davis is so crazy. 135 versus 200. That is so nuts.
They're all expedition.
None of them are.
They're exhibition.
Ford's been calm and confident, yet cautious. From the start, he's admitted the risk. The size difference brings real danger. The only thing I'm worried about, Ford said, is the gloves.
10 3-minute rounds.
I said it was 190.
The fight is 195 pounds, Tank, as you know. Over 10 3-minute rounds. And when Tank and Jake enter the squared circle to go to battle, they will be wearing 12-ounce gloves. 3 commission-approved, world-class professional judges will score.
My job is to keep him safe, Ford explained. He's treating this fight as a serious assignment, not an exhibition. That shows the respect he's giving the size gap. Jake's around 190 pounds. Tank's barely 145. If anything goes wrong, Ford knows it won't be about skill. It'll be physics. He's also admitted the business reality. Tank makes everybody he fights famous.
I gotta ask you, Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis. Does Davis have a chance?
Gervonta is a great boxer, but he ain't gonna do.
So you got Jake Paul by knockout, or?
No, I don't got anybody, but I don't think.
He's just too small.
It just. I don't want to be.
And he's right. Every time Gervonta steps in the ring, the spotlight follows, and this one's no different. Jake brings the audience. Tank brings the legitimacy. Together, it's a marketing storm, whether purists like it or not. Jake's not pretending it's anything but war. This fight's not going the distance, he vowed. Someone's getting slept and humbled. It's the same formula that built his name, betting everything on one punch.
Listen, he's a marketing genius, but when it comes to people depicting his fights, I can't get my head around it. If Tank hits him clean, he's going to sleep. He'll have a lot of smoke blowing up his backside by his coaching team and people like that, but when he gets hit for real, 10 ounce, well, I'm told it's 16 ounce gloves now, it's like an exhibition. Right. I'm told big gloves and head guards, he's gonna need them.
Jake knows his strengths. He's not faster or slicker, but he's bigger and stronger. He's betting that 40 extra pounds will wear Tank down in the later rounds. He's also leaning into his classic underdog story, the narrative that's fueled every promotion he's ever led. For him, the story matters just as much as the performance.
Jake went for the jugular. Jake comes back and says, anybody that puts his hands on a woman is a scumbag, and that's you. Tank responds. In the world of responses, it was as bad as it gets. In defense of himself, makes a comparison to P. Diddy. Jake literally just puts his head down. It's like, man. And I think that Jake was...
Whether it ends in a knockout or a cautious showcase, the fight's already done its job. It captured the world's attention. But what do you think? Drop your thoughts below and subscribe for more updates. See you in the next one.